Well, Monaja, it's a pleasure to have this conversation with you.
Thank you, Nemo.
Can you tell me about what you do when it comes to fighting for change?
I make music. I make music that speaks to the struggle, that motivates people to fight for a better world, that draws a picture of a better world. And you will also see me in the streets for the most part. So my role is as an artist and also as an active member of the planet. So twofold response.
Right. So you are an artist, basically,
yes,
a musician,
yes,
and you are an activist.
Yes.
When you produce your music, is it mostly to be used on the streets, or do you produce music for pleasure?
For the most, I'm an artist. I definitely speak to other experiences, but for the most part, if you list down all of my songs speak to political issues. For the most part, centrally. Even the songs that talk about the environment, there's still a question of power there that will have to be addressed. And I think the most powerful ones are the ones that are not directly talking about politics, but kind of put you in the context where you can actually see that politics changes you. So it might seem entertainment, but when you actually sit down and listen, you're going to see the power dynamics in the song.
Right, you've almost answered my next question. But that's the way it should be, because everything we do is organic.
Yes.
So why are you so convinced that music is important in this struggle for environmental justice, for political justice and inclusion? Why is music important?
I think a variety of reasons. First, I think that music is accessible to people. Music it's not like a book. And there's nothing wrong with reading. I mean, reading is a beautiful thing, actually. But music is accessible. Children can sing along. And they do not have to be attentive to every sentence, every paragraph, every page. They can sing along. And then with time, they can actually get to learn, even 10 years later, that they were singing something political and this was what was being addressed. Music is accessible as a medium of political change. I think music is also spiritual. I think there's a question of what they call intrinsic value, the value that you really don't see and you can't quantify and say it's 100 over this. It's a value that you can't really understand. When I'm performing at a show and people are coming to see me, activists are in the audience, I can't really quantify and say that I gave them morale by 50% or 50 ounces of energy or this. I can't really quantify. But it's spiritual. It's the intangible value that it gives people to keep on pushing on the change that they want to enact.
So I like that emphasis on the intangible nature of music, because really, even though it may be intangible, people have to feel it, people have to hold it, people have to own it.
Yes.
So the intangible can become tangible in a certain sense. Right. And I like also the idea that music evokes memory. Yes. And people can easily remember.
Yeah.
So this must be one reason why music is so important on the streets. Because people want to move to a rhythm.
Yes.
People want to be part of the movement. They want to express themselves, and songs really give the agency, for people to express themselves.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is the place of music in mobilizing continentally and globally?
Yeah. What is the place of music in mobilizing continentally and globally? Brings people together. Have to bring people together. And that's actually one of the benefits I think I've got from the conversations we've been having with the fellows, is that I probably need to craft songs beyond even the Kiswahili, but English, that kind of speaks through different nationalities. So you bring people together under the banner of fighting against an issue. It not only will show you what to fight against, but it will also show you what to fight for.
Right.
And that's where I think the question of liberation music versus protest music comes, where protest music is saying, this is what is wrong with the system. Liberation music is saying, this is where we want to go. This is the world that we are fighting for, and we have articulated it, and this is how it should look. So it not only rails against what is wrong, but it also proposes what should happen.
I think this is very important, really. Going from rebellion to resistance and then to revolution. It's the beauty of working in collectives, in groups, and you mentioned the fellowship, that's the Omega Resilience Awards Fellowship Africa, and you've been spending some days with other fellows from other countries. They're working on different media, doing different things. Do you see a convergence of all these struggles towards understanding and fighting for environmental, ecological justice?
Yes, I see parallels, I see convergences, I see confluences where these struggles meet. I see how I can borrow from what is happening in Zimbabwe. I spoke to Sandra on her work with rural women, and I learned lessons, and as far as climate, particularly climate change and her work on climate change, and I've just been thinking how I can now import that to Kenya and use it in my context. There are parallels, there are definitely parallels. Anyuba with his political education, Sungu bringing people together, Lindsay with her work with global citizens in Zimbabwe. I definitely see that political education is paramount. I can see commonalities there. I can see the intrusive nature of capitalism in our struggles. I can see the need to bring people together. I can see the fact that you just have to get into communities, actively engage with communities. In my context as an artist, I definitely have to root my songs in social movements. And yeah, so I have just been learning, and it's a beautiful experience. It has been a beautiful experience.
Well, it's been a pleasure having this conversation with you. When you see somebody who's embedded in the arts, using the arts not just for art's sake, but for mobilizing and for fighting for change, is something that we need to encourage. And so, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nemo. Thank you.